All right, Ike. Well, this week it is the episode that at least three people have been waiting for. All three of those people is Linus, though. But we're doing the favorite things episode, as has become a theme, it seems, over the last few years. All of your favorite shows are doing it, and so why should we be any different? There are certainly favorite things that we have encountered this year, I imagine. I thought of a couple. And we've also invited the cast of characters that is the Underpowered Hour. Linus will be joining us in a little bit. Liza's here.
They show up.
Jenna is here. We may have a special guest at the end. Who knows? Who knows, right?
I'm excited.
I am excited as well.
For
So
some elfin magic.
some elfin magic, like Legolas, that kind of yeah.
Exactly.
He's gonna shoot a bunch of arrows while he's sliding down the front of an elephant or something. It's gonna be amazing.
While making toys.
It's gonna be amazing. So, Ike, what are your favorite things this year? What were a couple things that you really enjoyed this year?
I would be remiss if I did not mention ropey bumpers. I'm pretty thankful for ropey bumpers. It's just there's really no end to the enjoyment that I get from seeing a well roped bumper.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful, and it's definitely one of my favorite things is ropey bumpers.
Yeah.
And then I gotta say, Chapman tools. I've been using the heck out of my Chapman tools recently. Yeah. Mostly on Land Rovers, but occasionally a little motorcycle fastener is really handy for those things. So
I was at like a Christmas party where you're supposed to bring one of your favorite things from the year, and I brought a little Chapman tool set because people wouldn't normally find them, but everybody wanted that one. That was a real hit. Just the little one with the screwdriver handle and the little ratchety guy. The little ratchety guy is just such a handy little gizmo. I thoroughly enjoy it. And anyone interested in getting a Underpowered Hour sanctioned, officially adjudicated, Ike and the team up there at Pangolin 4x4 have been the official ombudsman of quality when it comes to how functional the Underpowered Hour Chapman tool set is for your classic Land Rover. It's worth noting, though, Ike, it's not just for your classic Land Rover. You could really use it on, like you said, motorcycles, anything. You could use it around the house. You could use it to tune up a friend or coworker. Whatever you need. It's in that.
Anything with
it's in that
fasteners.
set. Anything with fasteners. It's really great. And if you use the discount code Gear Oil, you get a special deal. On that set over there at the old Chapman Tools.
I'm gonna stock up. I'm gonna get one of those for everybody on my list.
Everybody on the list. It's a pretty great little set. I'm a big fan.
Another favorite thing, Series 1 Land Rovers.
Oh yeah. Are
Pretty
those just
excited
new
about
for
those.
you this year, or it's something that you've liked in years past as well?
It's probably something I've liked my entire life, but I'm just really I'm really hitting my stride with those things.
You've got a couple of them now. It's once it gets above like 30, I think it starts to.
I'm still excited about them though. I'm just like, there's a lot of customer cars, and I'm like, that's kind of cool, But then I'm like looking at those Series 1s, I'm like, oh, I'm really excited about working on those, getting them all driving and fixing them, doing some Series 1 driving over the winter, and then and maybe in the spring doing a little Series 1 driving in Australia. Pretty excited about Series 1s right now.
Oh my God, it's gonna be great. It was a taco open house night at the workshop here the other night down here in beautiful Southern California, and we were doing some 80-inch rides for everybody. Pure joy. Only one person fell out. It wasn't so bad. They were only mildly injured. It was fine. It was fine. They're a robust individual, so they're all right. No problem.
Good. Yeah. Glad to hear that. And the last thing on my favorite things list is it's got to be pie.
Oh yeah. Pie is great. The mathematic equation or the baked good? Yes, right. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yes,
Both
I'm pretty
super
excited
useful.
about both, because they are in fact related to one another. But the edible variety is pretty exciting. Savory, sweet. I like them all. Like a good coconut cream pie.
Oh yeah,
pretty delicious. Like a good shepherd's pie. I could go on my favorite pies.
Yeah, you like a lemon meringue?
It's refreshing.
Yeah, it is. It's like a refreshing pie.
Yeah. How does that
work? You've had a
work?
heavy, savory meal.
Yeah.
It really cuts through. It's nice.
Oh man, refreshing. I'm gonna go get some pie. I'm gonna leave you here.
Let's get some pie going. All right. Well, we'll save mine for the end. Like I said, we've invited some of our closest friends, the Underpowered Hour team to just to drop
friends.
on by, our only friends. Yeah, just to our only fans. That's a different thing, I think.
No,
but
that's different.
Just to drop by the old workshop and say hello and talk about their favorite things. We'll see. Maybe we can get them on. Oh, was that a knock on the door?
Oh, I think it is.
Oh, it's look, it's Linus.
Wow, he came.
He did with a
and
Linus
he's got a hat
with official Linus merchandise. So Linus, what were your favorite things this year?
I have two favorite things. My first favorite thing, you're gonna like this. You're really gonna like it.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. You guys,
yeah,
there are two pieces of electronics that everybody needs to own.
Yes.
One is an iPhone or something, and the second one is this Makita cordless vacuum cleaner. I live by this. I use it every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much better than sweeping. You guys got to get one. I made Ike buy one for the shop.
It's true.
But he got the Milwaukee one because all of our tools are Milwaukee. But the shop is so clean. I know this sounds like a commercial, but everybody needs one of these.
And you guys have to keep that new shop real clean because you got that fancy floor now.
We do. We do.
You've got that hole where the toilet used to be. So you got to keep, keep things
we
nice.
Keep the vacuum cleaner in there. Just
in that hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Land Rovers are always
the end.
Land Rovers are always shedding, little bits of mud and rust and dirt and rodent hairs and just various things, and it's really handy to have a cordless rather than drag the shop vac over every time or sweep it up into a dustpan and that's what miss all the littlest finest particles. It's pretty useful. It's pretty useful.
I have a DeWalt handheld cordless little tiny canister one. It's fantastic. Shop vacs, you've got those stupid cords, you've got all that kind of. It's just it's a nightmare. It's an unending nightmare dealing with the shop vac, but I like that very much. I'm gonna have to get
these things are great. Everybody, I don't like general consumerism and purchasing of batteries and electronics, but I swear to God,
or the modern world. I think in general, I think that's fair to say.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, at my own house, I used to have one of those push vacuums with the little brush that
just the brushes
that sweeps it into the packet into the sort of container, and then you have to empty it. I think that's from the 1800s.
I was going to say like a Denny's from the 90s where there's always one of
remember those
kind of like carpet sweeping for some reason. You're like, are you doing anything with that? What does that even do? Like it's a make work project.
The only time I've seen one of those in use at a Denny's, it was being wielded as a weapon. Just like some dude choice. Was like overhanding it at another guy, like full battle axe.
Some kind of
it was great.
Dispute over whose eggs over whose hammy.
Yeah, that's right. You got to be. I don't want to get in the middle of that. You don't want to get in the middle of that conversation. All right, Linus. What else? What else do you have this year?
My second favorite thing after this vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, which is
nice
great.
Little attachment.
I'm gonna get one of those.
Is something old as you would have expected. The Coleman lantern inside an original Coleman handy pail. So
that handy pail,
the lid.
Is just a double-sized like a paint can. It looks like a sort of double long.
Holds the mantles here, and inside the nickel-plated Coleman 242A. This is from 19? Oh, it doesn't think I can read it.
Too much solder.
Too much.
Probably about 1935. This one has mica, instead of glass. Yeah. So it survives pretty well on the camping trips.
Yeah.
Pump it up.
Yeah.
And we have two of these that I'm bringing on that we're going on tomorrow.
Yes.
And I think Ike usually brings one, but really love these, very reliable, pretty easy to keep working, great light source. The mantles generally last pretty well. Sometimes, as other people will know, that they do come apart on really bumpy roads. But if you store the lantern nicely, they really last.
In the Coleman approved multi-use bucket. That's
the Coleman approved multi-use bucket. So those are my two favorite things.
What kind of fuel do you like in your lanterns there, Linus?
Well, that's like one of those. Do you put CV joint lubricant or 90 weight in your Land Rover swivel ball? Right. That's kind of one of those arguments. Generally, you can run any gasoline or Coleman fuel, but the Coleman fuel doesn't have additives.
Right.
And if you do leave gasoline sitting in your lantern, it will kind of turn into a spoiled muck over time. And if you don't regularly use your lantern and maintain it, gasoline can kind of clog it up.
Right.
And stuff like that. But if you use your lantern all the time and you keep it, in good working condition, you can run gasoline forever and it's not a problem. And we usually don't bother bringing special lantern fuel just for our trips. We run gasoline in them.
Yeah.
Plus, lantern fuel is like $20 a gallon now instead of $8.99.
Oh, that's the same price as gas here in California, though. Yeah, so it's the same.
Indeed,
it's not that bad. You can't, you can't make that joke anymore. We're out of time for the joke.
Those pressure gas lanterns are amazing. They last indefinitely. You can still get parts for them. It's really a beautiful thing. Yeah, and it just like casts such a nice light. It's so much like warmer and richer than like an LED sort of thing. So, I mean, really the only downside is you're just ruining the environment. So that's...
but only a tiny bit.
Just fractionally. And, there's batteries associated with LED lamps and all these other things. And, I got to think that there's some savings in terms of, waste and manufacturing with having a lamp that lasts like 100 years or, like I said, indefinitely. Pretty amazing thing. And it's just really a high quality thing. And you can pick them up inexpensively. You can find them as cheap as, for some of the more common models, as cheap as $5 or $10 at a yard sale. And they're just like bulletproof. They just last and last and last.
The earlier ones are often somewhat better quality, but even into the 60s, they're pretty good, and 70s still. And the only things that really go bad is the cap gasket, which you can buy. And the pump leather, which you can buy, or oftentimes you just put some oil on it and rub it and it comes back to life. And then of course the generator, which is the little the thing that the fuel gets heated inside of as it passes the mantle. Those can get clogged up, but all of that stuff for the most part is available and it's cheap. And if you're handy, you can fix one of those things that's, not in too bad of shape in a matter of minutes, most of it.
Well, there you go. I challenge everyone to go out and get themselves a 1930s Coleman lamp and have at it. It's a very cool thing. Well, Linus, thanks for everything this year. As always, stay warm out there in the desert. Good luck and Godspeed.
Got my hat.
You got your Linus toque. We're gonna make some Linus branded apparel. We'll sell that on the store, and all of those proceeds will go to Linus's girlfriend. To put up,
of course, naturally.
So it's she needs every incentive possible to hang in there. Yeah. So all right, Linus, best of the holiday season, and again, safe travels.
Thank you. See you later.
All right. Well, look at that. First one down. It's flawless so far. This is working great. We're super good at this.
Flawless victory.
Almost a live episode. It's almost a live episode.
Some might be small amount of editing.
Yeah, we'll get. I think there's another another knock at the door. Another knock.
Who
at
do
the
we
proverbial
have?
podcaster.
With the hat.
It's Liza.
Nice. I love it.
Sparkly
Hi, guys.
hat. Oh, hi. Yeah. How's it going?
She's here with some more elfin magic.
Yeah, elven.
True story for the listeners at home. I was a mall elf for 5 years.
That's amazing.
5 years. Not just
amazing.
I did it once to, make a little extra money at the holidays. I did it for 5 years. I was Santa's helper.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how we met, actually. I was asked to stop showing up at the Santa lap sitting in my late 30s. And that's how we met. But Liza, what are some? Oh, there's Cooper. What are some of your favorite things from this year, His Majesty's year of 2022?
From a professional elf, no less.
From
a
a
professional
professional
elf.
Santa's
Yeah,
elf,
professional.
no less.
Retired.
I decided to go more the overlanding route and highlight two of my favorite things that I used on the Rebelle Rally that I thought that some of our listeners might also use if they are taking their Land Rovers out adventuring into the wilderness. So the first thing,
Right.
I have a show and tell too, so more
excellent.
incentive
Better
for
not
our
be a
listeners
Shiwi.
to pay attention on YouTube. But
Yeah.
the first thing that I have was I was really concerned on the Rebelle Rally about getting a good night's sleep. And so I invested a little bit of money
This is
in
great. This is a great
really
show and
nice
tell.
Sea to Summit a sleeping pad. And this is the Comfort Plus SI self-inflating. And what is so good about it is that it's a combination of foam and air. And it made a huge difference. I hate thermarests. I have never been able to find one that isn't loud and crinkly and makes me feel like my hips are hitting the ground no matter what. This one was so good that there was one night where Jenna's deflated in Amboy and she didn't even notice until the next morning that she was actually laying on the ground because it has quite a fair bit of foam and it has like a really neat structure inside. So even if it deflates, it still keeps you off the ground. It was warm. It was comfortable. It has like grips on the underside so it doesn't slide around the tent. It's quiet. It's not made of like a crinkly plastic. And it just met all the criteria for me to get a good night's sleep on the Rebelle. So I think there's a lot of competitors to that one on the market. But man, the closed cell foam with the air combination, that is the way to go if you're looking for a good sleeping pad.
Magic.
And that would be my advice to people.
Yeah,
I've
how
used
much?
it. It's amazing.
I forgot to ask. Linus about his vacuum cleaner, but how much does that cost, Liza? And where did you get it?
That's a great question. I could have prepared that in advance. I recall spending somewhere in the ballpark of about $215 on it. But I also bought it in Canadian dollars, so I might be doing the conversion wrong. So listeners are not allowed to quote me on that price.
Okay, fair enough.
But, somewhere in the ballpark of a little over $200, I think is what that one came in at.
Oh, very cool. All right, what's your next item?
Okay, my next one. Okay. So I fell victim to internet marketing for this one. And I love this product so much that I hope you fall victim to this internet marketing. And I want to be really, really clear. I am not paid by either of these companies to rep them. I just really, really liked this. All right. So this bag here, it's a big duffel bag for a little bit of, I'm going to do a show and tell. So it looks like a multicolored duffel bag and it doesn't look that special. Except that it's like kind of rainbow in color, but it's really fantastic because inside every one of these compartments, there are two separate mesh compartments and a zippered compartment. And you multiply that by 4 plus some zips on the outside of the bag. Plus it has backpack straps, or you can do a shoulder strap. And when we had this on the Rebelle, I used it for all of my clothes, my gear, everything that I needed. And it came in and out of the truck. We could throw it on our backs and haul it back and forth to the camp, which I know Jenna really appreciated. That one is a 60-liter bag. And what I love about it is that not only was it great for the Rebelle because I could keep everything organized, but it was also super great for like a weekend trip getaway where I could pack all of Cooper's stuff in one compartment, all of my stuff in another compartment, all of Steven's stuff in another compartment. But anyhow, I love this bag. And they have it in black. They have it in a bunch of other different colors. And I just saw, speaking of internet marketing, that they just released smaller sizes, like a 30-liter and a 40-liter duffel as well. And I had to order that one because over the summer they were completely out of stock and they were back ordered on everything. But I think right now they have a lot of things in stock. I tried to become like a brand ambassador for them, but they're not even into that. So I'm still going to talk about them because I love this bag. And
we'll just send them
I'm
an
still
invoice
going to
for
keep
this
trying to
later.
get them to pay me to shill their bag because I like it so much.
Jenna's been looking for one of this. I love it. It looks like a really useful thing to her, keeping your gear all organized.
I really liked it on the Rebelle too because it was so easy to spot. If there was a pile of our gear next to somebody else's, I was never worried about losing it because it was bright, multicolored, easy to spot. and kept everything super organized. I kept all my base layers and my socks and underwear in one section. So if I got cold and I needed more, I knew exactly which zippered pouch to go after.
I have a like a old timey Filson duffel, and it's great and it's good quality and it lasts forever. But by the end of a trip, it seems like all my stuff.
It's chaos, right? Like you've got everything.
It's just been blended together into one kind of t-shirt pants ball.
Yeah, you're like you're reduced to like the sniff test. You're like, did I wear that?
Is it
as clean as it not?
Yeah.
And then, but it's all been marinating together, so it all sort of has like.
That's why you can't tell.
Yeah, you don't know. You just don't know. That's why you have to have the compartments.
I travel with like big 2.5-gallon Ziploc bags for that purpose, so that the dirty underwear goes into the Ziploc bag and does not contaminate the rest of the clothing.
I just don't change underwear while I'm traveling.
Well, that easier. I know for sure. Yeah,
it's just
easier.
I just throw them out.
It's fine. Yeah, and then after that, I burn them. That's fine.
Yeah.
And they burn. They burn really well.
The Ziploc bags also help you get from getting gear oil on your other clothing. You can contain the gear oil just to your underwear.
I like to marinate it in the gear oil before I put it on.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, it just makes it easier,
Yeah.
Like Ike likes a nice, firm fit. Firm fit. So you need something to keep things moving there. So, all right. Well, Liza, thank you for your favorite things. We appreciate it, and thanks for everything this year. And we're looking so forward to the Rebel next year, to all of your extreme weather correspondent gigs that we'll send you out on. Thank you for being our official field reporter. And we'll.
I like the field reporting. I'll do more field reporting.
Yeah, the best thing I learned about Liza is that she was a professional elf.
Professional mall elf. Yep,
that's true. Yeah.
My name was Bobbins, and I went through quarts of like glitter gel that you like put on your skin and in your hair. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I use that stuff.
Yeah.
Ike's got some right now.
In his beard.
Linus actually has his own brand.
Holiday-friendly beard gel. Anyways, thanks so much, guys, for having us on.
Thank you.
All right.
And,
see you soon. Bye.
See you soon. All right. Well, there we go. We're like halfway through. This is amazing.
Cooking.
This is what an amazing variety show we have come up with here today. All right. I think there's another knock at the virtual podcast door. And it's Jenna. Oh, hi, Jenna. How are you?
I'm great.
So what are your favorite things from this year, from 2022?
So just as a side note, I hate choosing favorite things.
Oh, okay, great. Okay. Yeah.
Every time there's like what's your favorite movie? Who's your favorite actor? I'm like, I don't know, or book or whatever. Just like all of this.
You gotta
I hate
do it.
having to pick. I hate having to pick.
Do it. That's what this is about. Mm-hmm.
So, in order to get myself out of the, I guess, indecisions paralysis around this, I decided that I was going to take your prompt literally of two things from 2022 specifically.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So, item number one, really, it's kind of a package, would be the learning new skills and tools involved with learning those skills
Nice.
for the analog navigation. So or your compass and your plotter. This was just such a cool new skill set to acquire. Obviously on the rally and with Liza, and it's really empowering to learn a new skill, and it's always fun, especially as an adult, to learn new things and demystify the world a little bit. So I don't know if you can see these. So you put your over the map. Actually, there's a map on the wall behind me. So on the map, if I was going from like here to here, I can put my direction of bearing line there, and then I align this. In this case, north is up. Probably on that map, but I line it with north being up, and then I can read what the angle of bearing is on the map. It's pretty cool. And then I can follow that bearing
with your compass.
With my compass.
Fantastic.
It's like magic. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. Wow.
Had you done any compassing previous to the Rebel? Did you do any orienteering or anything like outside of architectural orienteering? But did you do any any of that growing up?
Not really. I mean, I was in Girl Scouts when I was little, I'm sure we learned a little tiny bit. I had a compass, but I definitely never really knew how to use it. It was just never a skill that I needed to actually apply. So, it wasn't something I had honed or even really remembered. Other than like, I know the arrow goes to north, but like, what do I do with it?
What do you do with that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. If you want to
So
find
that
your
was-
way north, you just keep
Yeah.
going this way forever.
Exactly. You just keep
Yeah.
turning your body. Yeah.
Yeah. Until you go
Yeah.
north. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Cool. What's your other thing?
So before the Rebel, I decided I needed a new headlamp, and
Oh,
so
okay.
I shopped around a little bit at REI. I mean, I just looked at
Yeah.
the selections at REI,
Mhm.
and the criteria really was that I wanted one that was pretty bright,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
had the ability to use just standard AAA batteries.
Mhm.
So possibly rechargeable, but definitely as a backup plan, being
Mhm.
able to use AAAs, because how many times, especially traveling around in old Land Rovers or camping or whatever, like
Mhm.
you don't always have access to a reliable recharge system, right?
Right.
So, anyhow, my criteria was that it could be high tech, but it also needed to be low tech.
Mhm.
So, this is the one I ended up with.
Mm.
And I really liked it. It's a Black Diamond Storm. What I like about this is not only does it have your standard, it has a couple different brightnesses and different lenses on there.
Yeah.
But the red light you can turn on. So when you're
Yep.
trying to not be annoying, you can just be dim.
Mhm.
So it has that, of course, but it has 3 color options. So it can be
Ooh.
red, of
Uh-huh.
course, or green,
Mhm.
or blue. And I found that I really liked the blue. It was just like there's something really nice and calm, and I don't know, red seems like a danger danger
Yeah.
color.
It
So
doesn't. Yeah,
anyhow.
red feels like you're on a submarine. Dive,
Yeah,
dive.
exactly. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine. Yeah.
I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do it.
Ah.
But you can also
Oh,
sorry, I know
Jesus.
this is gonna be blinding. You can turn it red.
Yeah, you get the red from the
Turn
night
it to
vision
green.
or green. Yeah.
So it's pretty
Nice.
fun. Or the blue. I
Looks
have
like
not tried to. I don't know if that does like a black light situation. I have not done that. That might be real
Oh,
disturbing.
Yeah. Ooh,
When
boy.
you put it
Uh,
on, it's really a projector. It just projects an
Yeah.
image of your
Yeah.
thoughts.
Don't don't turn the black light on in the dormobile. Just just leave it off.
Yeah, though we have furiously cleaned the dormobile in the last week, so it is immaculately
Mhm.
clean.
I saw the new seat covers.
yeah.
They look gorgeous. That's
Yeah,
gonna be real nice.
It is.
It's gonna be real.
Yeah.
You don't have
We're
that
gonna ruin
spring
'em real
kind of
fast.
sticking in your ass anymore. That'll be
Yeah.
that'll be
So many
great.
springs. So many.
Yeah,
so many
so many
Yeah.
springs.
A lot of metal springs in those seats.
Yeah, I got many cuts in there riding around with Bob Ives. It was it was just little
It's
springs
not so
everywhere.
much the poking of the springs as it is like in the bouncing that they like come up and then they like grab. It's like
Yeah.
as they close back
Yeah,
together.
it's the pinching.
It's like the
It's the
pinching.
Yeah, it's the pinching. That's what it is exactly. Yeah, it's the pinching. Yeah. So that's. Oh, well, I'm looking forward to that now. That'll be great. We'll have to get Bob back out here. We'll make it up that hill eventually. I think just nobody could take the spring pinch pain. So, well, Jenna, thanks for everything this year. It's been super fun, and man, you guys have had you've been incredible content machines on our behalf. So we appreciate that so much.
Been a busy
great,
year.
yeah, we're looking forward to next year, another Rebel, and who knows what else, for
Who
the
knows?
75th anniversary of
It's gonna be
Land Rover
great.
and everything else. So it's gonna be
Mhm.
great. It's gonna be great.
Australia, here we come.
I don't know if you want 2 more seconds of content.
2
but
more
while-
seconds.
While you guys were podcasting, a lady just dropped by that I had talked with during the week who's a potential architectural client. And we had gotten on a tangent discussion about she's starting a company making gourmet MREs, like gourmet backpackers meals.
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, here in Eugene, Oregon, Springfield, Eugene,
Mm.
Oregon. And she just dropped me off a little package of them, a tote bag of samples to try while we're on our
Nice.
trip. So maybe
I'm
those will
excited
become
about
a favorite thing for 2023. We'll see.
for next year.
gonna
For
be
next
great.
year,
Yeah.
gourmet
There's
MREs.
biscuits and gravy that she says is amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Made with like local yummy
I like
happy
biscuits.
meat.
Sounds great. All right.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Jenna. All right. We're coming into the home stretch here. We're
The
coming into
home
the home
stretch.
stretch.
So are you next?
I guess I am next. I have 3. I actually got 3 things because
3 things. Let's hear.
I don't listen to the rules. My first thing is something that's maybe a little esoteric if you're not a big aluminum welder, but of course, as I know you are, Ike and and as I'm sure most of our listeners, I'm sure, are into super tweaky aluminum welding.
You got an aluminum car, you got to learn how to weld aluminum.
You got to learn how to weld some aluminum. So, early on this year, I got a new gas lens. A gas lens is a type of fixture that goes onto the front of your TIG torch.
Diffuses the shielding gas.
Yeah, it's real nice. It envelops your weld in a warm, comforting gas, so
buttery
as not to
smooth,
immediately oxidize whatever you're trying to weld. And I got a glass one, a glass gas lens, which really gives you like full view of your tungsten. This particular one is made by a gentleman, Mr. Furyk, at the Furyk Cup Company. And they make all kinds. They make super oversized gas lenses. They make ones for very specific, very specific, sort of circumstances. They have ceramic cups as well as glass cups. They have the reason that I like his so much is they have a little laser cut metal shield that you can slip over your gas cup, your glass one, so that if you're working in a bad spot where you might tap the these are like, these are the same things that Pyrex pots are made out of, right? Pyrex dishes are made out of, but still they get really hot. And if you were to tap them against something just the wrong way, they can shatter. And so they make a little guard for there. So if you're in a tricky spot where you might tap your, the front of your torch against something, it'll protect it from breaking. So they're really cool. And they have a whole line of every kind of very specialized TIG welding cups you would ever want. So
yeah,
it's a little weird.
I'm excited to try that.
It's a little
out.
niche. It's a little specific,
sure.
but it's a good
great.
one. It's a good one. Get out there.
That's a handy tip, and
they're available on Amazon, and they can range in price. They're it's TIG welding stuff, so it's not cheap, but you can get a whole torch set for right around $200, or you can just get the cups for around $40, $50. So they're
not
pretty
so
good
bad.
deal. Yeah, not so bad. And I mean, they last forever if you don't abuse them. They really will. I mean, I don't think maybe if you're a professional, welder, you weld 8 hours a day, maybe you would wear out a cup, but these ones are real cool. Easy to clean too. They clean, you can clean them in the dishwasher, because they're Pyrex.
That's what I clean everything in. I don't have a laundry facilities. I don't have anything. I just put everything in the dishwasher.
Fuel tanks,
whatever. Cleaner.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Just put it all in the dishwasher. Sometimes together,
it's fine.
A mixed
it's all
load
gonna
of the
clean,
dishwasher.
Right? Yeah, mixed load. Yeah, that's what the knob's for. Well, it's funny because I have the, as you know, the walk-in shower here in the workshop, and which is good for for showering, obviously for parties. But also, we have talked for a long time about just setting up a Varsol tap and just using it as a roll-in parts washer. I mean, how's that? And sometimes you get anytime I do anything with coolant, I get covered in coolant because that's just how it is. You just go in there, you hit yourself with a Varsol real quick, and you're good as new. Good as new.
Done.
Yep. And so my second thing is what I think is probably one of the most hard-hitting, most impactful, most action-packed best sellers of this year. Nick Dimbleby's Camel Trophy of Definitive History.
Oh, that's a good one.
If you haven't read it yet, if you don't have your copy, it's
on
also,
my shelf.
It's available at Amazon now as well. You can get a copy of that because holy moly, is that incredible. I mean, it is just, the definitive history doesn't quite go far enough. I mean, this is an archaeological document.
It's thorough.
It is thorough, and everything from grilled cheese fires through Bob Ives through everyone else involved, they're all in there. And it is really immaculate. The most incredible photography and the stories, of sort of the original Camel Trophy all the way through to the boats. It's really, really incredible. And
it really does a good job of capturing all of the glory, the passion, the drama, the Freelanders of basically everything that happens on the Camel Trophy. It's a great book, and he's put a lot of heart and soul into that. So
it's true.
You should buy it. Everyone should have it.
Yeah, if you don't have it, I question why. If you know someone that doesn't have it, you really are somewhat required to buy it for them because
you're doing them a disservice.
If you are into Land Rovers and you don't yet have the definitive history of the Camel Trophy, you're not really into Land Rovers. I think that's what it is. I'm willing to say it. Lastly, I think one of my absolute favorite things this year for a number of reasons, but mostly just because they look so cool and work so well, is the custom-made braid wheels on our Rally Land Rover Defender 90. The fine people at Braid whipped us up a set of their Win Race LR, Land Rover bolt pattern rally wheels. And I will say that between them and Maxxis tires, the Defender didn't have a single flat on the entire rally, which is pretty spectacular. I would attribute that to the quality of the tire and also the beadlock B system that is on the braid wheels, which doesn't require an outside locking ring, and works much better for a high-speed sort of application than something you would have with a big bead locker and everything on it. It makes them easier to change, all that sort of stuff. But really, really neat tires. I think, if anybody's seen the Rebel Rally Prepared Defender 90, they'll agree that the all white rally wheels with the orange lock ring is really spectacular. Really,
I don't even like holes in wheels, and those wheels are sick. They're
That's
really amazing, and I'm super glad that I remembered that our good friends up at Braid were making Land Rover wheels.
So good.
If you've got a heavy duty application, you need a forged wheel, need a beadlock wheel, go see those folks over at Braid.
100%. And all their stuff is custom and made to order. So if you pick the wheel size that you want, the tire size that you're going to run, and then they will tune the offset. They have a tunable offset up to plus or minus 25 millimeters, I think. And they do a ton of different bolt patterns, all of the popular bolt patterns, and that's all made to order. They can make all the different colors. They can mix and match the ring colors. Really easy to get a wheel that is really custom made for your application without having to go to a sort of full custom wheel. And they're just like insanely strong and really well engineered. And we're super happy with them. So we're talking about building Abigail an off-road Miata. And so we'll definitely be approaching our friends at Braid to see if we can get a set of custom Miata wheels for her.
That's going to be great. Well, we kind of have something for everyone this year. On
we
our
really
list of
do.
favorite things.
I think there's one more. There's a little knock at the
a mystery guest
at the door.
Hi, Cooper.
Oh my goodness, it's Cooper.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
So, Cooper, what are your two favorite things from this year?
I would say the rooftop tent.
Ooh,
Oh
that's a good
yeah,
one.
on top of our new trailer.
Yeah.
It's
What
like
do you
a
like?
portable
What do you like
treehouse.
about the new trailer?
Basically everything.
Ah, nice.
Tell me a little bit about it. What are some of the things in the trailer?
There is a sink,
Oh, that's nice.
a freezer, a fridge, a
Mhm.
stove.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, many storage cabinets.
Yeah, mini
I don't
storage
know
cabinet.
how you'd fit all of them in there, but
It's a lot.
I'd say you could fit many, many tarps in there.
I have a question on the first
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Cooper, would you consider moving out of your house and into the trailer?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Okay. All right. Well, good to know.
Fair enough.
Good to know.
Fair enough.
All right.
But it's almost that good.
Second favorite thing, Cooper.
Ike is going to appreciate this a lot. A tarp.
Yes. I love tarps.
What is some of the things that you've seen done with a tarp that you really liked?
Tarp hammock, tarp
Mhm.
pants,
Yes.
tarp shirt.
Those are all good.
Mm-hmm.
Did I already say tarp pants?
You did. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did.
It's
That's a
worth
good
saying
one.
twice, though. It's
a
worth
good
saying
one.
twice.
Topographical map.
Oh, a
The
topographical map.
yes.
Topographical map is good. Yeah. Yeah.
Tarp hat.
Tarp hat, tarp tube. Yep.
But I have
Yep.
an idea for the tarp. What if you wear all your tarp clothes while being in the tarp hammock?
Well, that's a lot of crinkling.
It's perfect.
Well,
Rustling.
figuring out the topographical map.
That's what Ike is going to do this weekend. It's like Burning Man, but with tarps. That's
Oh,
essentially what
boy.
they do. They go out into the desert and they just tarp up for a whole weekend.
I wouldn't be
Tarpy tarp.
surprised if you actually would do that, Ike.
No one would.
No one would be surprised. Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
And everything I learned about tarps, I learned from Ike.
Yeah. He is the world's.
I've never been prouder.
All right, Cooper. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Merry Christmas, Cooper.
Merry Christmas!
All right. Well, there you go. Everybody's favorite things finally coming to a conclusion with tarps, which I think it sort of makes sense. It's kind
Brings
of
the
where
world
we
together.
started. It's covers the world up. All right, Mike. Well, have a fantastic trip over the frozen desert Dormobile weekend weeks or whatever. And
It's type 2 fun.
Don't get type 2 fun. Yeah, don't get lost out there in the desert. And it's been a great year. We're coming up on the 100th episode here in the new year, which there will be, it will be likely very anticlimactic, but
It'll be something.
It'll be something. It will happen, so that'll be great. And it's been a great year. We've had a lot of good things and more to come next year.
Well, Stephen, thanks for everything. I had a great time hanging out with you this year, and I'm really looking forward to next year. I hope you have a happy holiday, and I'll send you some pictures from the trail.
I can't wait. All right. See you in the new year.
See ya.
The Underpowered Hour is produced by Liza Barris, Ike Goss, and me, Steve Barris. Pavel Svardov composed and performed our theme music. Consider supporting the show on Patreon, and if you already do, thank you. Your support makes the show possible. For even more, check out our Instagram or Facebook.